So Bravely Default is a traditional turn-based JRPG on the 3DS that utilizes the 3DS's social functions in some cool ways and has a new take on battle as well.
It's sort of in the classic vein of a lot of Japanese RPGs from the prior generation, so think of like your Final Fantasy VI or your Final Fantasy V more specifically. And it carries over unique ideas that have been part of RPGs for generations, but it also modernizes them in a way that's really remarkable.
It really allows the player to decide how they play an RPG. I get to choose when I fight and when I explore and when I grind. You don't have to go on the exact path that the designer wanted you to. You can kind of pick and choose where you want to go and what you want to do.
Street Pass is really unique in Bravely Default because you can call on your friends to aid you in battle. During the course of a fight, rather than just fight the enemy one-on-one or with the 4 teammates that you have, you can summon in someone either that you met over the internet or over Street Pass, someone on your friends list. They'll come to your aid, unleash a ginormous attack spell that in some cases can deal a lot of damage.
Everyone who uses Street Pass also becomes a citizen of your town in this little mini game. The way that works is each person can be allocated to a variety of different shops, and they help rebuild the shop, opening up other items for you to use in the game. In addition to the social features, Bravely Default really does some neat things with combat. There's a system called the Brave and Default system, where you can either store up a bunch of turns or use a bunch of turns at once.
Because of the Brave system, you can stack up to 4 moves in one attack, so your character can essentially go 4 times. Meanwhile, on the flip side of that is Default. Default is sort of like defense in Essential. You didn't take a move, so you stacked up an additional move for the next round.
Considering that your enemy can do the same thing, you really need to think strategically about how you want to use those turns so that you don't end up -4 turns into the hole with an enemy destroying you.
What's really interesting though is the job system. The job system is cool because as you defeat bosses, you unlock jobs. You equip these to your character and then you level them up, and what's really interesting is you can change your job at any time and start leveling up another job, and then you get the abilities from that job and you can combine them with the other job that you've learned.
So what makes Bravely Default so special is that it empowers me to play the game the way I want to play. I choose the classes, I choose the abilities, I can speed up or slow down time, I can take an extra move or defend in each attack.
It really opens up the options to the player, and that's something we haven't seen very much. Finally, we get a game that allows us to set our encounter rate. It allows us to grind if we want to grind, and allows us to explore if we want to explore.
From the charm, to the music, to the characters, to the gameplay, it has everything that I remember from the JRPGs that I played growing up.
It's really special because it takes all of these sort of classic ideas and modernizes them in a really awe-inspiring way.